Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Set, ready, 30 base.
Check, check, walk 54, walk 54. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Let's go.
On first down, Locke. Looking right sideline, that's complete. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Mike spot 4, Mike 2.
On play action, Locke. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Watch door out.
Twins.
Get it.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Go. Ready.
On second and very short, Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Jones and the Giants now with a first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Fights forward for only about... A yard up to the 21.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line.
Hit.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9 at the 21-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the screen.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. From the gun, Jones. And he's going to go down again. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Check.
To throw on 3rd down, Jones. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 17 yards and a giant first down.
First down.
Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Looking here for Smith downfield. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 2nd down, here's Bartlett. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here's Jones on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he's able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now a 1st down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Here we go.
Shoot.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. Flushed out right. Now he's going to send this one. And got his man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Go. 18. Buzz.
Check pass. 90 is the mic. All right, T, let's try. All right, T.
Hey, foxtrot.
90 is the mic. Watch the slant.
Get it.
Lock now on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Mark 55. Hey, Alpha.
Hey, we heavy on the edges. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. I got it.
Ready.
Clock will try again on second down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Drop deep, drop deep. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Peek in.
Hey, Sam off. Snap.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward? And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
To try again after the sack. Jones over the middle, complete. That's McGee. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. We're scoreless after 1.
Set. 10-2 stop.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, backside guys, man, that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 52, Mike 52. They're going to need some therapy after this. Mike 52, Mike 52. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Check 52, check.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Now Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, and it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Jones From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Back to throw. Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And this one is right through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready, break.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done? Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I got it.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
55, Mike 55. 65, 65. 65.
On the now.
From the 29, Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
Right there in the middle. 55. You must be.
Hey, wahoo!
Locke now on first down. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Let's go.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. That's caught at the 3. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Right, we get slap happy up here sometimes. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Looking to throw. Jones looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point from McManus is good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10.
43 is the mic, boy. 43.
Hey, orbit. Shoot.
Jones on 1st and 10. Airing it out deep for... And this is caught at the 20. A big pickup of 38.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 16-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Chad. Watch out.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
Jones now operating from the gun. He's got Smith here. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Check it back.
2nd and 4. The quick slant caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Third down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go, let's go!
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make...
Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 11th touchdown of the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion, and that makes this a 1-point game now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. You ain't doing nothing today.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now to the air. Lock. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Hey, Zoo.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Hey, come on now, come on now. 54's Mike, 54's Mike.
Hey, Echo.
54, watch 54.
Shoot.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Man open, that's Juwan Winfrey. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Barkley unable to get away on the first down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Check three, check three, check three.
Now.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. They'll run on first down. Barkley, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator.
Come on, let's go.
On second and 9, Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Come on,
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And the pressure gets to him again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 15. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
Ready up.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On the ready.
Mike 5-4.
Greystone, travel.
Check three.
Rock it.
Flare. Check.
Look at me. Score. Lee Griffin.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On the
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third.
Sam off.
Shift.
Go.
Stay at home.
Smooth.
30.
Hard. They go.
From the gun on third down, Locke. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
94.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14. We got this.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Check protein spill. Go. Ready.
Play action. Now it's locked. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And it's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
43's the mic. It's a party now.
Yo, now.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. Going deep this time for Miller. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
Let's go now.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Down. 10 Lobo.
Check, 43. Curry.
Hey, Foxtrot.
23's the mic. Here we go.
5.
On 2nd and 9. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Check 99. Check 99. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3.
Hey, Alpha.
On 3rd down, Jones. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Jones throwing on 4th down, and that's caught by Smith. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Jones now on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jones to throw again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
McManus's point after is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones leaping, and he makes the grab. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Bravo! Watch the whip.
Now Jones operating from the gun. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Lane, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 21-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
You got it. You got it.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now a handoff here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Yes, yes.
Hey, check right, check right. Watch your 5. Silver.
Defense.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
What you got, Heavy?
Hey!
Give me some. Here we go. Mike,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Giants' 47-yard line.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Denver, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.